Once again, you are in the kitchen with Chef R. Allen. Today I'm doing shrimp étouffée. I'm bringing New Orleans in your kitchen. Okay, we're gonna start off with, I'm making a roux. For those that don't know what a roux is, it's gonna be flour with the oil. So we're gonna put some flour in here, and we're gonna stir this around. And you want it on low. It's gonna be a caramel color, but you don't want it up too high because you don't want to burn it. You're gonna let that cook, and it takes a few minutes. You let that cook a little bit. You want it on low, medium low. And we're gonna let that cook. Okay, like I say, you want this on low. You don't want to burn you don't want to rush the cooking the roux, the flour. You don't want to burn it, and it's gonna turn into a caramel color. And like I said, I'm doing Cooking Made Easy, and man, so it's real simple. Even though it's a lot of ingredients, don't get scared, don't get nervous. Just take about 5 minutes to get the raw flavor out. And like I say, have it on kind of low. You don't want it too hot, and you want it like a caramel color. Oh yeah, that's what you want. And like I said, between 5 and 6 minutes on it, and you want it low. And that's the color you want. Like I say, you want it brown. You don't want to overcook it too high. And that color right there, that's the color you want right there. And you got your roux. This is called the roux with the flour and the oil. You got your roux. Now we're gonna dump the onions. And the peppers, the green peppers. And you're gonna let that for about just enough to let it soften up. We got it on low, just enough to let it soften up. You wanna constantly stir the flour, the roux, and the veggie. You constantly stir it, because you don't want it to be sitting it all in one thick spot. So you want to constantly stir it a couple of minutes until your vegetables get tender, nice and tender. Oh yes. And this is where the fun begins. This is where the magic happens. You got it on low. In another minute or two, I'm gonna add some garlic. And like I told you, the recipe will be at the bottom of the description. Oh yeah, see, that's the color you want, guys. That is a roux. While we got this cooking, I'm gonna give it another minute. You want the vegetables nice and tender. You want them soft, even though it's gonna cook some more in the broth and stuff, but I'll show you that. Okay. So we're gonna set this aside. We're gonna add some garlic. Do some minced garlic. I love garlic, but it'll be on the recipe and show you how much you need. And now I'm done using the whip with the flour. You want to get a wooden spoon because you want to scrape the bottom and get all that out, all that from the bottom. That's where a lot of flavor is at. And like I say, you still want to constantly stir it. Okay, about 30 seconds there. It's real simple, guys. We're gonna add the roasted tomatoes with the juice on it. You still got it on low. You still got it on low. You're gonna add your Cajun seasoning, your Worcestershire sauce, your clam juice. Oh yeah. We'll stir a little bit more. You constantly want to stir this. Put a little bit of thyme. As we And the last of the seasoning, we're gonna season up the shrimp. Right now I cut this back up. I took it off low and I got them on kind of medium because I wanted to boil a little bit. But we're gonna season the shrimp up. And of course I gotta use my Old Bay. Get it nice and seasoned. I'm gonna bring this down some and we're gonna put the shrimp, once I season the shrimp, we're gonna put the shrimp in here and we're gonna let it cook for a few minutes, about 3 to 4 minutes. Put a little more Old Bay. I'm gonna season this up. Of course you want it cleaned and deveined. And I got the jumbo shrimp like this. Okay, we're gonna cut this down some, and you're gonna drop it in here, and it's gonna cook in. Like I said, don't worry about it being raw. It won't be raw when we're done. Believe me. Gonna mix it, stir it up in here. I'm gonna throw more in, but we're gonna let it cook. Put a little more in here. We're gonna stir this up. And the sauce is gonna cook. Make sure you got the shrimps covered and not sitting on top of each other. And the sauce is gonna cook it up. So you got it on medium. And then you're just gonna let it cover and let it cook. Put the last of these shrimps in here. And I cooked some rice off. I cooked some jasmine rice off already. And let that cook. Leave it on low. And we're gonna let that cook, guys. That simple and that easy. In a couple of minutes, I'm gonna add my butter and my hot sauce. But that's after the shrimps is done. So right now, we're gonna let that cook for a couple of minutes. You got it on medium, and we're gonna let that cook. Okay, guys, we're almost at the finish line. I'm gonna throw my butter in here, and then we're gonna start chopping the green onions for a garnish. But this is the best part to me. Is putting the butter in here, mixing it up well. Yeah, this butter is what gives it the flavor. I love it. And for those that don't want it real hot, you don't have to have it real hot. But it ain't New Orleans if it don't have a kick to it. So I'm gonna put just a dab. And that's enough because you got the Cajun peppers and all that other stuff in there. You want to make sure you mix this up. Oh yeah, that's what you want to see, pink shrimp. Make sure you mix it nice and well. You're gonna cut this off. And like I said, I did my rice already, you know, for those, like I said, you want to get it in, get quick and get it over with. So now while that's cut off, I got that there. I'm gonna cut up some onions, some green onions. I'm gonna garnish it with that. And that's just gonna be for the garnish that's just gonna be for the garnish. That's just gonna be the garnish. So this is done. So I'm gonna put this in the bowl and garnish it for you guys. Oh man. I had to, it's smelling too good for me not to. Oh yes. Oh yeah. That's what I want. Oh, it's good. Guys, it's simple, guys. Cooking made easy. Chef R. Allen is delicious. And now I'm going to show you the rice. I'm going to pan it up. Get a nice shrimp. See these nice pink shrimp? See, it don't take long to cook. It didn't take long at all. Then I'm gonna I like to put my rice on top. Sprinkle it with some green onions, some scallions. And guys, this is your shrimp étouffée. Simple to make, more delicious to eat. Until next time, I'll see you in the kitchen with Chef R. Allen with Cooking Made Easy.